Hello, good morning and welcome to the United Stand. This is your latest Manchester United transfer news, giving you that real fan opinion on all the latest Manchester United transfer news. We've got a poll for you in the top corner. I want to talk about Perisic, I want to talk about Sergi ROBERTO, but first of all, in relation to Perisic, Di Marzio last night came out and said that it looks like he's going to sign a new contract at Inter, which is sort of what we've been hearing yesterday. What are your thoughts on this? The reason he's signing a new contract is because Manchester United have not met the fee that Inter Milan wanted. Has that left you frustrated, or are you happy that we're not getting Perisic? Get your vote in, top left-hand corner. I'm hoping at some point that I might be able to feed in a little bit of an interview I did last night with Collymore. You might get that. In fact, if you're going to get it, I'll tell you when we're going to get it. But let me talk about Sergi ROBERTO as well. 5'10", just turned 25 in February. Real utility player, more of a midfielder for Barcelona, £36 million buyout clause, can play in a multitude of positions, left back, right back, midfielder, loads of places, and has played quite a lot for Barcelona over the last couple of years. For £36 million, probably not a bad signing. It's whether he wants to leave Barcelona, but what I would say is he got absolutely annihilated against PSG when they got hammered last season in the Champions League. But if Mourinho thinks he's a useful player and we are looking for that sort of player who can play a number of positions, then maybe that is where the interest comes from. It's a buyout clause. We can get him if we want to get him. Is he an inspiring signing? Probably not, but that's what I said about Matic, and look how that's gone so far. So I would trust Mourinho in the transfer window. I think he's been pretty flawless. 7 signings so far, and pretty much, well, we'll judge Lindelof later in the season, but Lukaku, Matic, Pogba, Zlatan, Bailly, Mkhitaryan, they've all been pretty good, haven't they? So very, very happy with those. Sergi ROBERTO, will it happen or not? It's sort of been smouldering for the last couple of weeks, really. Wouldn't be surprised if we do a deal. Will Herrera go the other way? Of course he won't. That's just not going to happen. That would be more surprising than selling Martial, which I don't think we'll do. Back to Perisic then. I personally think we should sign him. I think we should just spend the money and get him. He was clearly Mourinho's first choice, and I want Mourinho to get his first choice. Do I think it's going to happen? I think there's some truth when Di Marzio comes out with the fact, you know, he is Italy based. Inter have said he's going to sign a new contract. They look silly if he doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he does sign a new contract. Did Perisic want to come to Manchester United? Of course he did. Did you see him getting on that plane for the China tour? He wanted to come to United. Did United want him? I think they did. I just think that they want to pay £50 million for him. Should we have paid £50 million for him? Maybe not, but then again, in the current market, I think maybe we should. If it's the player that we want, we should get him. My thought is, who do we get if we don't get Perisic? I mentioned Oxlade-Chamberlain. I've mentioned Lucas Moura, who's now being linked to Liverpool if they sell Coutinho. Felipe Anderson at Lazio. Is there anybody in England? Nathan Redburn's been mentioned. Give us some names, folks. Give us some names, because I think if we don't get Perisic, then are we going to get nobody? I do think we need another winger. And if we're not going to get anybody, that makes me a bit concerned, because I think, as the caller on the show last night, fantastic Skype Goldbridge last night. If you've not watched it, watch it straight after this. Great on the way to work, or if you want to just stick something in your ears while you're at work to listen to. Really good callers last night. One of them said, I want Perisic because he can whip a cross in. Rashford and Martial like to come inside. That's what she said. But Perisic can put a cross in, and we haven't really got a player to do that. So yeah, I would like that as well. So give us names of people that you think it should be. And vote in the poll about Perisic as well. It's an interesting time for United. I think we are going to sign players. I think at the moment we just don't know who it's going to be. Maybe even United don't know who it's going to be. I'm hoping at this point I'm going to cut and you're going to get a little bit of me talking to Stan Collymore. If not, it's all gone. But it's also Vol Tuesday. What is Vol? Well, it's a new sort of Twitter stroke Instagram app that we're on. Download it, link in the video description. We put all our polls up on there. So if you like polls, get on there. Apart from Graham Poll, he won't be on there. Poor joke. But yeah, download it. It's going to blow up. Not literally, but it's going to be the new sort of Twitter. It's already got quite a lot of people that you'll know from Twitter. We're on there. A lot of your favourites are on there. So get on there, sign up, get yourself a little profile on there, and jump on a bandwagon first, because we were late to the party with Twitter, and we're right on top with this one. So get the app there, give us a follow, and the great thing about following us on Vol is that they are going to give away a Manchester United shirt with the choice of your name on it, but you've got to be following us. We are at United Stand, all one word, on Vol. So a new social media to interact with United fans. It's like Twitter stroke Instagram. All our polls are on there. That's where we're going to do polls from now on. And if you follow us, you automatically go in the draw for that shirt. So it is Vol. It's Vol Day. Give us a follow. Link in the video description. And hopefully now, it's either going to be the end of the video or you're going to get my bit with Collymore. Thanks everyone for watching. See you all tonight at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to vote. And don't forget to download Vol. It's free. It's a free social media app. And it's going to be big. I'm giving you the warning. Make sure you give us a follow.
United Stand on Twitter. Mark, very good evening to you. Happy new season.
Evening, Stan. How you doing?
Very well. Again, with lots of Manchester United fans getting involved tonight. Very, very positive, obviously, on the opening day. It was against West Ham. Having said that, West Ham have spent a few quid themselves, and I think if you look through their team, they should compete a little bit better against the most. Overall, when the final whistle blew, we saw that Martial has been, maybe not quite Jose Mourinho's favourite in last season. New boy Lukaku comes in and scores, Pogba scores, plays it with more freedom. You must be very, very happy with the start of the season, especially bearing in mind some of the travails at Old Trafford in the last 2 seasons in particular.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think yesterday's result was more than beating West Ham. It was encouraging because of the football we played. It was great to score 4 goals and obviously get the 3 points. But last season, that was the game that we drew. And I think that if we drew that yesterday or we didn't, I would have took any result that was 3 points. But I think the confidence to have that game, first game of the season, was perfect for Manchester United because it exercises all the ghosts of last season. And the cherry on the cake, as you said, Martial coming on 10 minutes, first player since Nani in 2008 to get a goal and assist as a sub. It gives us a lot of optimism when I look at a lot of our rivals who defensively were poor or dropped points.
Everybody talks about the spine of the team, and we'll develop this as we go on through the season, I'm sure. Whatever shows, whatever television analysis, the teams that tend to win Premier League titles, as Manchester United proven in the 30 years, Chelsea in recent years, is that the spine is very good. Now, looking at De Gea, the speculation is dampened, calmed, looks as if he's going to stay, everything is rose in the garden. Ian Jones, but that could quite easily be Bayern. Lindelof, it could be Jones and Smalling, got competition for places. Matic and Pogba, or Matic and Carrick, or Matic and Herrera. And then you've got in the number 10 role, it could be any number of people really. Mata, Mkhitaryan, Rashford could all be quite comfortable there, Pogba himself. And then an 8-out number 9 goal scoring striker that has a physical presence. Is this the kind of spine that you feel that can compete in the grind that is the Premier League over 38 games?
I think it's perfectly set. I think that's exactly what Mourinho's done. I think he's Champions League quarterfinals. I think if we get there and then anything from there is a bonus. But I think he's bought for the Premier League. Lukaku, proven Premier League goal scorer. Matic, proven Premier League winner and midfielder. Lindelof, obviously not Premier League, but I think he's more one for the future, which is why he didn't feature at all yesterday. I still think we lack 1 or 2 players, certainly out wide. But, I mean, I'm sure you've spoken about it, Stan. I was stunned by Matic. I personally didn't really want him because I hadn't been impressed with him at Chelsea. But I think Chelsea fans looking around on social media today, they were stunned as well because they've not seen that sort of dominant Matic. He's sort of been in the shadow of Kante. Maybe a lot of people thought he was on the decline. You can see why Chelsea didn't want to sell him now. And I think he epitomises a strong spine for United, and I hope he can keep it up.
Finally, the manager himself. So often, quickly, when things don't go well for him at any number of his clubs, when he starts to have that sort of midnight shadow, he looks a little bit dishevelled, he looks a little bit broody and preening. He must be delighted that literally the day or 2 before the season, he's like a little kid. He says he's on fire, he can't wait for it. He looks relaxed, he looks planned, he looks as if he's got what he wants.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think definitely we would like to get Perisic. I don't know whether we can do that now. But the one thing that was evident, I mean, obviously on the United Stand, we've been watching all the pre-season in America and that. And the one thing he had last year, but you can see he's built on this summer, is morale, team camaraderie. Everybody wants to play for him. And I think he learned massively at Chelsea that you can't take that for granted. But it's also worth 10 points a season if you've got players willing to do that. It's why people like Fellaini and Lingard remain at the club, because they will run through brick walls for him. And he values that now. And I think it's something that United we'll start the season off positively in the way we play, but also I think that will come to count through the season, that he's got a fantastic squad spirit.
Mark, really appreciate you joining us. Hopefully join us again during the season.
Thanks, Stan. Speak to you again soon.